confident that my work has helped the network get off to a quick start. We had several opportunities while at WRL. Thanks to some great work and better timing, I chose to work with you because I believed in your mission, I believed in and respect you. From the day you were released from GCN, I had your back and I would continue to do so. I don't know what that means. The producer here at the network was at my house, and we were doing the show live into WWCR. After, by the way, Genesis Communications canned me, and that was the network that I had founded. I won't detail a list of grievances or complain generally about your leadership or management style. It's not for me to criticize, even though that he just did so. It comes down to the fact that I was fired from RBN and ceased being your employee. I then became an employee of Deadline Productions. I have to do what is best for my company and take realistic opportunities that present themselves while doing what is best for my career and my family. I have no doubt that you would do the same. As you have said many times, no one is expendable at RBN. If I was hurting or holding back your company, I would have to come to terms with being replaced. Duplicitous and lies. He was not fired from Republic Broadcasting Network. He chose one of the options that I gave him. A, to be continuing to be an employee of this network, to perform his job, or the other option was to just drop back and do his program. He was not, and I repeat, not fired from this network. And by the way, no one is expendable at RBN. No, in a room, which everybody that is at this network presently was in on that meeting, my statement to the crew here, and this included myself, I said, everybody is expendable at this network. And by that I meant, and they had a full understanding of what I meant by that if they do not do their jobs, if they don't put their job in the interests of this network first and foremost, that they were not going to be here, whether they were a talk show host, whether they worked at this network, or whatever the case might be. And ladies and gentlemen, I included myself in that also. I'll continue with Mr. Clayton's letter. I have therefore decided to take an offer received from Genesis, which will include the support and infrastructure we need to grow and succeed. This includes, as you know, satellites, affiliate relations, and ready-made AM stations who might take my show. It just comes down to what advertisers will buy, and they want licensed radio affiliates and ratings. I'd be foolish to turn this down even if things were happy and positive at RBN. And I will remind people that we were happy and positive here except for one exception. The day-to-day running operations, sometimes it's strainful, it's stressful, but the major problem that was created is by the author of this very letter. I will continue. In a perfect world, I would hope that you would be happy for us, that we can part friends and even help each other make things better in Texas. We still have a common enemy, and I only want to say good things about you and the RBN family. I hope you will see fit to do the same. The reason I am doing this, ladies and gentlemen, is for rumor damage control. You know how vicious this can get. Oh, I can just hear it now. Stadtmiller's popped the cork. He's firing all his talk show hosts. No. This is to clear the air and to give you a better understanding. And as I said at the top of this broadcast, whether you want to decide to keep carrying this guy. As a friend of mine and a true, real clinical psychologist, he said the guy is not a psychopath, he's a sociopath. You know what the true meaning and definition of a sociopath is, ladies and gentlemen? That everything is okay in their eyes, they can do and say anything that they want to. The only time that there becomes a problem is when they get caught. That's when there's a conflict. But up until that point, there is none. And if you want a true definition of a sociopath, I am describing John Clayton. So he hopes that I say flowery and nice things about Jack Blood. Well, I'm sorry, Jack. I know you're listening to this broadcast today, and quite frankly, my friend, at this point in time, I don't have a whole lot of nice things to say about you because you've never really shown me anything that was quite nice enough to even repeat and to say, attaboy, Jack. He goes on to say, I was going on Genesis effective immediately. I meant to give you 2 weeks' notice, but again, someone had intervened, and it seems now that it will be impossible to come back there. Actually, how this was going down on an Internet TV service, the announcement was going to be made tomorrow, not on this network. He finishes by saying, I can't tell you how much I've learned from you, and I can assure you that this is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Not if you're a lying sack of sociopathic crap. It's not hard at all. I attempted to come to you after New Year's to straighten things out and perhaps get a contract at RBN. I never did get that meeting. He never asked for that meeting. I'm here every single day, folks. Don't know now if you would have accepted my terms, but as you were very upset with me around that time, I cannot say that I shouldn't have been too optimistic that we could have saved the situation. Well, the reason I was upset with Mr. Blood is that he stole from this network. I'll explain that right after this.
You're listening to Real Talk Radio, only on the Republic Broadcasting Network. You're tuned in to the National Intel Report, the Real Talk Radio Show.
All right, we're almost through this, folks. Well, yes, I was upset with Jack Blood around that period of time because I discovered what he did with one of the accounts that was the network account. He basically took that for his own program. Now, keep this in its proper perspective and timeline. The guy that's hired to do inside sales, which proves that he can do it, but never lifted a finger after the first week he was down here. We ended up paying him more money a month than he was actually bringing into this network. Yeah, I would say that that would probably cause a few sticky and contentious moments, don't you think? Because the onus then was on me, aside from doing everything else in this network, making sure everything is done, trying to search out, find talk show host, work out the little details that, and it's in the details, folks, for anything. To do all of this and not to have the help. I mean, this is like a slap in the face to me because I don't like people that are duplicitous. I don't like people that lie to me. That he wishes me the best, and he won't say anything bad about me. Well, how can he say anything bad about me? What he's afraid of doing exactly what I'm doing today. And I'll get to the point for all of this here in a few minutes. He closes out by saying, whatever happens, I will, again, never say anything bad about RBN or yourself. I just want to wish you luck in whatever you do and urge you to reach for and obtain peace and love in your life. If there is anything I can ever do to help, I hope you know that I'm here for you with love and respect, Jack Blood. Well, you should have thought about that before, pal. I guess he'll help me with anything that doesn't cost him anything or it doesn't involve any work. He'd be happy to help me. Now, that he hopes to obtain peace and love. I almost lost the love of my life here, folks. That was my wife. As I said earlier, it was so intense that she was moving to Florida and we were talking about which pets were going to go where. And I say that because I know a lot of you out there have problems within your own families. It's either the wife that is paying attention and pulling on the